All right, all right. How Iman is scamming you with Monetize and Whop, exposing the lies and giving you the tools for free. That is the title. That's probably why you clicked on the video. And before we start into it, I want to tell you why I decided to create this video. Today I made this video while Iman sold the shit out of his audience on the Make Money Online Challenge episode 3, and that is kind of the reason why I decided to, you know, build and create the video because I also have been seeing some skeptical and negative sentiment on the live chat while the episode, and I think there are a lot of people already disappointed or uncertain because he's selling such a high ticket product in a challenge which is supposed to make you money, not spend money. So that's kind of the reason, and also because I'm not really convinced by the Synthesize AI, and we're gonna dive into it, but yeah, that's basically the reason why I decided to build the video while he was selling the shit out of his audience, because I was watching episode 1 and 2, and I thought what Jason had to say on episode 1 was quite insightful, but now I'm like, hell no. So yeah, let's get back on script, all right? In today's video, we're diving deep into the latest info product monetizer, all right? And the entire ecosystem. So he's building Synthesize AI, Ghostwriter OS, and Whop. He's not building Whop, but he is invested heavily into it. And we're not just doing a basic overview, we are going to dissect the real strategy behind the monetized funnel, expose some major marketing claims that don't quite add up, and analyze how these tools are positioned versus what they actually deliver. So, yeah, a quick disclaimer, I won't sell you anything here, but if you want, I'll give you the tools for free because it's not as he's promising it what it is. Let's start by getting something clear right off the bat. Monetize is not just another info product. It's not a revolutionary software solution. It's not an all-powerful AI that's going to build your business for you on autopilot. What it actually is another dream being sold. And the way Iman is selling this dream is textbook marketing psychology. First, he paints a vivid picture of your desired future: financial freedom, passive income, total lifestyle flexibility. Then he highlights the painful contrast, where you are now, stuck, frustrated, searching for a way out. And finally, he presents the bridge that connects the 2 points: monetize, synthesize AI, and WOP, all wrapped up as the ultimate solution. Iman isn't just selling a product, he's emotionally charging his audience, stirring up desperation, and then positioning Monetize as the only logical next step. When you sell a dream outcome that realistically only a small percentage of people will ever achieve, especially when the tools themselves don't guarantee that success, you're walking a very fine line between marketing and unethical manipulation. So I'm not saying dreams are bad. Dreams are powerful. Dreams are necessary. But when dreams are weaponized as a sales tactic without full transparency, that's when we need to start asking tougher questions. And it's not the first time he has been doing this. So with that in mind, let's now break down exactly how Iman is engineering this entire machine by dissecting the monetized funnel step by step, and then not only the monetized funnel, all the previous funnels. Basically, I call it's the Iman funnel. So here's where things get really interesting, because there's a huge difference between what Iman says he should do to succeed and what he's actually doing himself to make millions off this launch. So let's start dissecting the funnel, the classic Iman Gadzhi playbook. But in order to see what he's doing, you have to be somewhat of aware of the principles and sales and marketing and all of that. But I've been, in the game for some quite of time, so let's dive into it. To really understand what's going on with Monetize, you have to zoom out and look at the bigger picture. Because what Iman is doing here, he's done before and he's done it well. The pattern, a proven funnel that prints cash. Some of you guys maybe know the story on how Iman built his personal brand and how he started out and all of that, but um, he started years ago and he was pretty early in the info product space. So things like Agency Incubator, then Agency Navigator, Educate, Agency Accelerator, and also software solutions like Flowsy were coming into the mix for Iman to start leveling up and building this huge empire. Also things like eyewear or ecom for the blue light blockers and stuff like that. So he has been in the game and has been active in different business models, but info products has always been something which he has been iterating and doing. So yeah, I do feel like it's time to get a little bit off script again and have a deeper look on what Iman is saying you should do, or what the monetized product kind of is representing. So let's take a look at that. All right, here we go. So the core office: let my AI system build your profitable digital product business done for you. No experience, no showing your face, no audience. You don't need to be an expert. You don't need to show your face. You don't need to have sold online before. You don't need an audience. So that's kind of what he's saying. All right, that's what he's distributing to you. And now let's have a look at what he's actually doing and what kind of is the contradictory to what what he's saying here, okay? So we all know Iman has a huge personal brand. He has a huge brand on Instagram with several organic channels. So, he's doing organic marketing, he's doing long form content, and he's also doing paid advertising. If you have a look at the ad library, he has been promoting this event Monetize on Meta ads. I don't know if he's been doing Google ads as well. I think so. I don't know, to be honest. But that's what he's doing. He has a big audience, he has expertise, he has info products, and he's doing all the things he's telling you not to do. And I don't have an illustration of the funnel, but let's simply talk about it. All right. So the process is all the time the same. He creates hype and creates a campaign or an event like the Make Money Online Challenge. Previously, events were called Digital Renaissance, or I don't know, I've forgotten it, to be honest, but there were like 10 events already. All right. So this is not a thing that's special. He's done the same strategy over and over again and has been printing money with that. So he pushes a new info product. This time it's Monetize, and then he wraps the tools around like Synthesize AI, Ghostwriter OS, which are deeply integrated into the product. And now at this point, I can also tell you that Flozy, for example, was one of the products. I'm gonna have a look if I can find it. All right, there you go. This is Flozy. This is something he kind of built up himself, I think. He invested a lot of in developers. He built this tool for his audience. All right, he has his personal brands, sells info products to his audience with this funnel, like organic content, paid advertising. And including the info products, he's also adding tools, which he has been doing before, software solutions like Flozy. Flozy is for agency owners, a tool which should be an all-in-one platform. But to be honest, no successful agency owner is using it because there are better tools, Go High Level, Notion, or I don't know. There are other solutions that are way better than this, and it's just to give something to extract more cash and money out of his audience. That's what he's doing with the software solutions and tools, and that's the same thing with Synthesize AI and Ghostwriter OS, but we'll come to that later. So yeah, he's not teaching you the systems he's using, he's selling you a dream to enter his system. So this is the Iman funnel, where the real product is not the software or the info, it's you, the audience, the attention, and the distribution engine. And respectfully, he's doing that really well, but fooling a lot of you along the way, me included at some point. I mean, look at me wearing the Gadzhi blue light blocker glasses and paying for Educate or Agency Navigator. So, he's doing a great job of that. So, as you can imagine, it's not the same game and not even close. And now that we understand the Iman funnel and the playbook, let's take a deeper look at the actual tools being sold here, Synthesize AI and Ghostwriter OS, and ask the simple question: Do this do these tools actually deliver what's promised? All right, so now let's talk about the truth about Synthesize AI and what they claim versus what it is. So, to be honest with you, I thought I recorded a loom of them talking about a question here, and I just missed it, unfortunately, but I'm gonna show anyway and explain what they said. So, here is the question they were answering. All right.
Well, I've actually seen it a few times. Yeah. A bunch of people are asking, when it comes to an AI solution, does ChatGPT work? I have my opinion on it, but I want to hear from you first. Yeah, so my dad was a business.
So maybe some of you guys saw the live training with the live stream because they cut it out of the YouTube video, and unfortunately I just skipped or skimmed through something because I wanted to record something else he was saying. But what he said was to the question, does ChatGPT work? Jason said it won't work because it's too generic and they don't have the specific prompts for the digital creating the digital products. That's basically what he said. It was really quite defensive, to be honest. Like they said, like it's even worse to use ChatGPT because it's giving you wrong information. It's better to not use it because you have no information. No information is better than wrong information. That's what Jason said. And that's just straight up a lie, basically. So we'll now reveal something really funny because they said they invested plenty of thousands of hours and Synthesize AI is worth 3,000 euros per month for business owners or whatever. And what Jason basically said was, if you use regular tools like ChatGPT, you're at a disadvantage. He said wrong information is worse than no information. And they positioned ChatGPT as unreliable, dangerous, and practically useless because only Synthesize AI is just the perfect tool for creating digital products, and it can create all of that, and it's so expensive, and so they try to bump up the perceived value by downsizing ChatGPT and making the user. They were trying to tell you that the user of ChatGPT is so dumb they can't make good prompts. Basically, that's what I think. And so they said, don't use ChatGPT. You're gonna be at a disadvantage. It's ass. That's what he said. And now the problem is that Synthesize AI is ChatGPT. It's not a brand new AI. It's not a custom trained on secret data. It's not a revolutionary engine. It's literally ChatGPT packaged with some smart prompts and given a fancy front user interface. And this is the guy who kind of rebuilt the whole Synthesize AI. In the custom GPTs, you can create your own GPT and ChatGPT, and that's what he did. So basically, he found the source. You can watch the video, but basically, this is the tool, and this is what Synthesize AI is. And they said ChatGPT is shit, and that's basically like if you think about it, it's kind of crazy, you know. Yeah, there it is. Now I found it. Data from OpenAI processing. User input prior to Synthesize AI is processed by OpenAI's ChatGPT model. And yeah, that's funny because Jason said ChatGPT is gonna be a disadvantage if you're stupid and don't know how to prompt, and they just basically primed it to create digital products. So that's what this is, you know. It's basically exactly the same, which is rebuilt. And if you want to have access to the synthesized AI free version, just let me know. You can. So when I saw that yesterday, I was kind of like, holy shit, this they can't be serious, you know. This is kind of a joke. So, as I said, if you want access to those two tools, which this is not Ghostwriter OS, okay, didn't even have a look at it because I know it's shit, or because like I know it's the same copy and paste thing as Synthesize AI thing. So this is something I created myself. But if you want the digital product creator or the Pen2Profit, which is a copywriting GPT, then just send me the word goat per DM on Instagram here. Don't mind the content, you know, it's it's shit. I'm gonna be trying to post something which is gonna be actually useful. But never mind about that. If you actually think about this for a second, they told you GPT was too dangerous to trust and it's giving you wrong information and it's gonna be a disadvantage, but they literally repackage it and charging you for access to the same engine, which they said was worthless. So that's kind of funny. It's kind of pathetic to be honest. Let's dive into section 5, bonuses, guarantees, and promises. Stacking the dream. Alright, the final push inside the Monetize launch, the bonuses, guarantees, and all the extra promises designed to close the sale. This is where things get really slick, because Iman and the team have turned the offer into a stacked dream, full of psychological triggers, scarcity, and social pressure. The first bonus is the golden ticket to Monetize Mania, a 19-day competition with 250k in prizes, a 200k McLaren, Rolexes, luggage, and more. The top 30 get invited to Mastermind with Iman and Whop. This basically is a high-stakes leaderboard system. It creates FOMO, it gamifies success like a game, you know, and positions Monetize like a golden lottery ticket. But the catch is the top 30 spots will most likely to go to people who already have an audience, experience, or a massive time to grind, and who are already successful in business, in marketing, in digital products, or whatever. So he's positioning it like it's an even playing field, but that's a false sense of equal opportunity. And in reality, it's just a way to keep you engaged and add social proof to the system. Yeah. Let's talk about the a really funny bonus, which is the premium marketplace placement. Um, your product gets prime placement on Whop from day one. No ad spend, no begging for traffic, just results. This one sounds amazing until you realize that every monetized buyer gets this. So what happens when thousands of people get prime placement at the same time? It's not prime anymore. It's just crowded. It's like you get a front row seat, but they move the entire stadium into the front row with you. So that kind of doesn't make any sense. That's the first point. And the second one is, do you really think people go to Whop and search for digital products or for some kind of a solution? I don't think so. But we're gonna talk about that later on the section 6, where we dive a little bit into what Whop actually is and why it's kind of sold something different. Um, Next up, let's talk about the guarantee. Make 15k or we coach you until you do. Um, this is a big credibility anchor. It sounds like a win-win, right? But let's look at what's really happening. It's not a refund, it's not a money-back guarantee, it's just more access to the same ecosystem. So even if you struggle, you stay in the system, you stay emotionally attached, and you keep promoting, you keep trying, and that keeps the machine running. Um, that is not really something which is benefiting you. They are telling you, we are coaching you, we are helping you until you reach 15k, but well, that's gonna can take forever, or like, you know, he is, as I said, always printing new info products and releasing new online courses and tools and services and softwares. But as we already dissected, the Synthesize AI and Ghostwriter OS, it's just a GPT. It's not something really of value. And I don't know if they can help you if you're just not a successful business owner, if you don't have any real skill sets of creating valuable digital products. You have to have some kind of know-how or expertise, and I think you also should be able to market your product, because if you don't get any eyeballs on it, you won't sell it. And we're gonna talk about later why the eyeballs they are talking about on Whop are not real eyeballs, because nobody's going on Whop and looking for your product on how to grow tomatoes faster. That some of the examples he was using. So yeah, that kind of just doesn't make any sense. So let's sum it up here. The dream triggers. Zero knowledge, we got you. Too shy to show your face, don't worry. No audience, will bring the buyers. No marketing experience, you get $1 million dream. Um, this is the most dangerous part of the marketing, because this is where you make it sound too easy to fail. No skills, no problem. No face, no problem. No experience, no problem. They're selling the illusion of frictionless success, when in reality you will struggle. You will need to learn real marketing, and no one is handing you a business in a box. I mean, that's not gonna happen. It would be money printing machine, and it's just not the reality we are living in. AI is a great opportunity. Yes, digital products is a great opportunity. Yes, but you need to have knowledge. You need to be an expert. You need to have skill sets. You need to be able to build an audience, and you need to have some marketing knowledge and strategies. Without that, you're doomed to fail. So, is Monetize a scam? No, not necessarily. There's real content inside, but is it overhyped? Is it using emotional sales strategies, which are manipulative? And is it engineered for maximum cash extraction? Yes, absolutely. Event happening soon. What the fuck is that? Messages? I don't know, bro. I mean, where are the 2 or 3 million buyers? You know, where are they looking to buy your products? I don't know. I don't get it. Let's have a look on the $2 to $3 million WAP marketplace. I can see millions of people online here. 6, 6, 2, 1, 1, 17. That's a banger. Monetize was just live. They stopped the live stream. There were 6 people online. Let's look at this section. Um, Monetize. Pretty expensive, and I thought this was the first mover offer, for the people who decided to buy on day two, but it's still the same price. And if you have a look at it, I feel like Whop is just for trading sessions, trading signals, trading groups, Discord communities for trading, meme coin trading, whatever. It's for clipping. There are clipping universities and info products about how to become a clipper. This is Whop University, this is Whop Clips, this is Monetize, and the rest is trading or clipping. Wow, yeah, that's a $2 to $3 million marketplace, in my opinion, or is it not? Um, so the question is, where are the $2 to $3 million people or visitors, or where are they coming from? And I think the answer lies in this section, which is kind of an organic marketing, where people give out CPMs for if you post content and get views for it. This is it's cheaper than doing paid advertising, but not by a lot, and it's kind of a good way for both parties. So if you're trying to get exposure, if you have a big brand, if you're like Andrew Tate, Aiden Ross, some kind of a streamer, I don't know, I don't watch that shit, but if you want to grow, then this is a great section, because you can get exposure for really cheap. And on the other hand, it's a great opportunity for clippers or for agencies who provide that kind of service. If you set that up for other successful business owners or streamers or influencers, content creators, whatever, this could be a great opportunity. And this is where all of the traffic and exchanges are happening. But I don't think anybody is coming here and searching for a product, a digital product, a ebook or something like that on how to grow tomatoes faster. I don't think that's gonna happen. So what I think is really happening is Whop is generating millions, yes, but that revenue is coming from the top 5 or 10% of creators and owners and business owners who already have an audience, or most of the sellers already have a product, a niche, and an audience that trusts them. They drive traffic from Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, whatever, and Whop is just a payment and community backend. This is just what it is. So if you're starting from scratch with no audience, no system, and no reputation, who's going to find your product? Nobody, because nobody's looking for you on Whop. So the idea that Whop is a ready-to-go marketplace full of hungry buyers, it's a nice story, but again, it's not the game being played. The real winners on Whop are already winning, and everyone else is traffic for the top dogs. What do we take away from all of this? Uh, Monetize isn't a total scam. But is it a heavily overhyped info product built around recycled tools, emotional storytelling, and a machine designed to make their money? Not you. I think that's the case. So it's time to wrap it up for me. If you found this breakdown helpful, feel free to follow me on YouTube or Instagram, and I'll try to keep posting stuff that's relevant and insightful and providing some value. You don't need to buy a dream to build something real. Stay smart, stay aware, and I'll see you on the next one.